The power of a conversation. If I were to say to you that everything in life hinges on a conversation, how would you respond? Take a moment and think about your last conversation. Did it breathe life or death into your reality? Before God created the first man, he had a conversation. He said, "Let us make man in our image according to our likeness." Genesis 1:26. It was a conversation that changed the course of life for mankind. Genesis 3 verse 1-6 tells us, "The serpent was more cunning than any beast of the field which God had made. And he said to the woman, Has God indeed said, You shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said to the serpent, We may eat the fruit of the trees of the garden. But of the fruit of the tree which is in the middle of the garden, God said, You shall not eat it, nor shall you touch it, lest you die." Then the serpent said to the woman, "You will not surely die, for God knows that in the day you eat of it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil." So the woman saw that the tree was good for food, that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree desirable to make one wise. She took of its fruit and ate. She also gave to her husband with her, and he ate. See what happened. Genesis 3, the woman Eve had a conversation with the serpent, and this conversation engaged all her sensory gates. And because she received and perceived wrong information, she was deceived from the reality of her life, which caused her to command actions that separated her from God and led to death. So we need to learn to foster good and godly conversations. Here is how you can foster life-giving conversations. Practice guarding your sensory gates. Your eye gate, your ear gate, your sense of touch, taste, smell, and also your heart. Why? These are the areas in which you receive, perceive, and transmit information and command your actions. The wrong information will lead you down a path of death and away from the relationship with God. Proverbs 4:23 tells us, "Guard your heart with all diligence, for out of it flows the issues of life." So take a moment and think about your previous conversations. Where are your conversations leading you? And what kind of actions are they commanding? In order for us to live a godly and fruitful life, we need to learn not just to have good conversations, but also have godly conversations. And as Proverbs 3 verse 5-6 tells us, "Trust in the Lord with all our heart, and lean not on our own understanding, but in all our ways acknowledge him, God, and he shall direct our path."